If this is your first time, I want to say you're so welcome. Thank you for becoming a part of this family. On today's story, I'm going to be sharing with us how my wedding got cancelled. Yeah. So my wedding was supposed to be February, which is this month. Yeah. And I got it cancelled. Like they said, broken relationships are way much better than a broken marriage. If you haven't watched my story, if you haven't watched the first part of the story, I titled it dating and going out on a date are two different things. They are not the same. So I'll leave the link in the description box so you could go and watch it. I think when you watch that story, you are going to be able to understand this story from the other video. Like I said, so I got to like think about it after he unblocked me and then we started talking. Sometime he said that he doesn't see like it's a bad thing for us to date. So he kept disturbing me. Please, this is a piece of advice. Do not date someone out of pity. Don't do it. Don't date someone because you pity them, because you feel like you've stressed them so much, and so you just have to date them to make them feel like they're loved when you don't even love them. Like, it's not right. It's not the proper thing to do. It's best they get to feel that you really don't love them instead of trying to pretend, because if it gets to the extreme, you are going to begin to act somehow. So we started talking and he kept bothering me. So I felt, okay, let's just try this out, because he kept telling me, let's just try the dating thing out, it may just work out. So I said okay. So we dated for 2 weeks. So the 3rd week he said that since we are dating, that he thinks it's about time he gets to meet my family and we get to arrange for marriage. I was like, wow. So I first had a problem with you, where you think we are in a relationship, which we are not, because we just went out on a date, and giving you a chance, 3 weeks, you want to meet my parents. I know that some persons, can just get married easily, just meet a month and they feel the clique is just going to be there forever, and so they just decide to marry. Some works out and most doesn't work out, so I felt like it was too urgent. Like, we just met. So I was like, okay, when do you think we should do this thing? And he said February. This thing happened December, and he's already saying he's coming to my parents January so we can get married February. Like, this was the same thing you did the first time that we had issues. You don't really need to do that again. So I told him that I was going to cut it all off. Yeah, I was really going to cut it all off, because from the start we had our first issues, which I explained in my first story, and now you're coming up with this. Like, it's, why do you do everything so urgent? Why do you put love in emergency, like a state of emergency? Like, you just want to run off from something and you're just looking for a way to run out of it. So I don't know, I called it off. Yes. And funny enough, he did exactly what he did the first time. He blocked me. So yeah, I think I have bad luck, about him, and I didn't work out. So, but what do you think? Do you think though that I did what was wrong for me trying not to rush everything? I think he'll have a better judgment if you go watch the first part of everything, all the stories and all of it. You see, like, I felt everything he has ever done was in a rush. I wouldn't advise rushing in a relationship that you think or you want it to lead into marriage, because there's a whole lot of new faces in marriage. I know you cannot know everything in the dating period, but I believe there's to a certain degree of things you really need to know before you settle down with someone, except it's a contract marriage, of course. So what do you think? What do you think about my actions? What do you think about his actions? What do you think generally? Do you believe in people meeting so fast and get married, or what kind of marriage do you believe in? So I'll see you in my next story. I'll see you next time. Do take care of yourself.